Good morning, grade 9 boys. I hope you are all well and safe at home. This video is going to remind you of some of the principles we've discussed already, the principles relating to the use of body. So remember that we all come into the drama space with our own bodies, our own traits and habits, the way we stand and the way we interact, all right, and the way we use our limbs and our faces, etc. But then, as an actor, we want to shed those traits, we want to pack them away, go into a neutral position, prepare ourselves physically and mentally so that we can then take on different traits, different habits as we perform as actors, taking on different roles. Also remember, this is about semiotics, communicating through what people see in your body language, see in your face. So if you are just stuck in your own personal habits, then all we're going to see is your character, your personality the whole time. As an actor, you need to develop flexibility so that an audience can see a whole range of different things, emotions, ideas being expressed through your body, and obviously also different characters being expressed through your physicality. All right, so I'm going to remind you that we walk in and maybe we've each got our different habits. Some stand back, some the hips are forward, the hips are back, the hips are to the side, okay? Some we have our heads like this when we talk. I tend to be very upright, in fact, too upright sometimes. I create a little bit of pain for myself in my lower back. And so what we want to do is we want to come into space, become aware of our body, and stand in neutral. So remember, feet shoulder width apart, toes pointing in the same direction, almost as if your feet are on a small train track and they're facing in the same direction. Knees straight but not locked. Straight but not locked. Hips balanced over the feet. Spine becomes a complicated conversation, so we normally skip the main body and we think crown of the head up towards the ceiling. Reminder, not front of the head, not back of the head, but here, the crown of the head up towards the ceiling, and arms, just flopping the arms as if they are clothes hanging from a clothes hanger. All right, and that should already get you there to a very nice posture. Now, the other word we use for neutral posture is alignment. Now, technically, if you look at my body, you should see a line from the front and the back. So if you think between my legs, past my belly button, middle of my chest, past my chin, nose, front of the head, crown, you should see more or less a straight line, okay? So if you're out of alignment, obviously there's no line there. But if we're in neutral posture, we are aligned. Also from the side. Now, for instance, my head tends to be a little bit forward, okay? And that, by the way, is a common issue, but head is a little bit forward. But if I am in a proper neutral posture, you should see a line more or less running through the middle of my hip, middle of my body, armpit popping out here, coming through more or less the middle of my neck, through my ear, up towards the top of my head. So a line running through my body, a straight line, mostly a straight line. Now, sometimes, obviously, when we have certain habits, there's no line, there's a curve. Or even if you stand too upright, again, the line curves backwards, for instance. So we want nice and neutral and have a straight line when you view someone from the side as well as from the front. Okay, now, so in a video that you are going to create, you're going to show me essentially how and you can overdo it if you want to. This is you, and I'm putting myself in neutral, all right, and have a sense of who you are, how your body is filling the space. Then I also want you to demonstrate for me in the video the spinal roll. So remember, spinal roll, generally, there are two ways in which you can do it. You can either talk yourself through the different body parts. So I start in my neutral posture, head is nice and up, top of my head towards the ceiling, and then I let go my head, I let go my shoulders, collapse my chest, let go my back, let go my lower back, until I'm as low as I can go. Remember, the idea is letting go. Keep the knees loose, keep the hips loose, keep the back loose, and I'm just flopping. I'm not stretching, I'm flopping. Alright, so remember, no stretches, just floppiness. Take an in-breath, tuck in the bum, and now reverse. Reverse, and as you come up through the spine, still try and keep the head and the shoulders loose, and right at the end, the head pops up. Okay, obviously the other way we can do it is counting down from 8 to 0 and back up again, and that's also an easy way just to guide yourself. So it's 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now right at the bottom, check that you are keeping your neck soft. Alright, I'm just hanging. In breath and dropping myself a little closer to the floor. Tucking in my bum. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay. So, gentlemen, this loosening of your spine, affirming a neutral in your body, making sure the muscles are loose and flexible, is really quite important. And technically, as we've done it in class before, you should do this 5, 6, 7, 10 times, so that you really just develop a physical awareness and loosen and warm up the muscles for then what comes next. All right. So in your little video, which only has to be about a minute long, I want you to come and show me going into neutral as discussed, and then do a thorough spinal roll, and let's make it at least 2 spinal rolls. Demonstrate 2 spinal rolls to me in your video. All right? I want you to take this seriously, because what comes next is quite strenuous and we don't want to harm ourselves. All right, gentlemen?